All right, guys. The Packers lost to the Saints yesterday, 26-17. I'm not going to do too much in-depth analysis about the game, but I'll just say this: the Packers are definitely in trouble right now, just simply because the Vikings obviously won. Okay, and the NFC right now is just really wide open for the most part, but the Vikings are playing very well, and since we already lost to them yet last week, so and we're about to go on our bye. We need to stay with those guys if we want to win the division. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen because the Packers are just really bad right now. Uh, they really are, man. This I don't really know I don't know who to blame. I really don't. I don't know whether to blame the offense, the defense, or just blame the coaching. Blame Mike McCarthy, blame Ted Thompson, blame fucking Dom Capers. There's so many things wrong with our team that we're looking for answers and we're not able to find them. Our answer has always been number 12, Aaron Rodgers, for a long time. And like I said last week, he had so many problems with this team. And even when he was here, I was still pointing out all those problems. Anybody who's watched my videos for a long time, I've been talking about all the things that's wrong with this team for a long time. And now that you don't have Aaron Rodgers to cover that, you see it. You see what an overrated coach Mike McCarthy is, because he's been fortunate enough to coach Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. You see how overrated of a coach he is just by what he was doing yesterday. And you don't need Aaron Rodgers to let you see how fucking terrible of a defense that Dom Capers is coaching. You don't need to see that. All of it was shown to you yesterday. All of it. So where do you begin? First of all, the only bright spot about the offense yesterday was Aaron Jones. He ran for 131 yards, I believe, and one touchdown. But he only carried the ball 17 times. Every time he was getting it rolling, Mike McCarthy would start calling plays that wouldn't be handing the ball off to him. When you watch the second half, he didn't get as much carries as he got in the first half. And the game was still close. I mean, it's not like the Saints were just blowing us away. The defense was able to pick off Drew Brees a couple times early in the game, but we didn't turn any of that into points. Both times we intercepted Drew Brees, it just went 3 and outs. Because we had no life in the passing game. Aaron Jones was our only bright spot on offense. Brett Hundley rushed a couple of times. He was able to skip some pressures, and he even ran for a touchdown. But other than that, the offense was terrible. Nobody had over 20 yards receiving. Nobody caught more than 2 catches. Oh man, I don't know. I mean, do you want me to blame Brett Hundley? Do you want me to blame these wide receivers? No, because it's an old song. I've said time and time again that these wide receivers are not as talented as people try to make them out to be. But you had a good quarterback like Rodgers who was able to throw the ball, throw great accurate accurate passes to get them the ball. Somebody like Brett Hundley's not going to be able to do that. He needs these guys to get open. He needs good rhythm and timing with these guys. There were a couple times he missed Randall Cobb open. I'll say that. There were a couple times. But the point is, the offense has no life. There's no life in the passing game, man, at all. That's why we needed to keep giving Aaron Jones the ball. But dumbass Mike McCarthy was constantly calling plays away from him. Like that drive at the end of half. We had a timeout. We could have ran just a couple more times to make the field goal easier for Mason Crosby. We didn't need to push for a touchdown. But instead, Mike McCarthy decides to have him kick a 60-plus yard field goal because he tried throwing the ball 3 times in a row and did nothing but lose yardage. Just terrible play calling, man. Man, like I said, when you don't have an Aaron Rodgers to cover up your efficiencies, when you have an offense that can't score a lot of points, and you got to be able to you got to be able to play defense and lean on your defense. But the problem is we can't play defense. You're gonna be a guy against Drew Brees. The Saints' offensive line is pretty damn good. So Drew Brees has all day to throw back there, man. He threw it for 331 yards, which was no surprise. Ingram rushed for over 100 yards. I think Ted Ginn had over 100 receiving yards, like 7 receptions. So what are you gonna do at this point? We're now about to go into our bye week, and we don't have any answers to how we're gonna fix this issue and start winning games without Aaron Rodgers. And I don't care, man. I don't care what Packers fans want to say about how we had 2 great quarterbacks in Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers for years. I don't care, because at the end of the day, it didn't bring that many championships. This organization has failed guys like Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. You look at Rodgers' entire career here; he's only had a good defense 2 years, and that was the first 2 years that Dom Capers was here. After that, we've been shitty on defense for the last 7 years. This organization has failed Rodgers, has not given him what he needs to help us get back to the Super Bowl and win a championship. And I will continue on saying that. I don't care how many times I gotta keep saying that. So I don't care what great quarterback we have behind center. You don't have a complete team, you're not winning championships. And this team has been completely utter shit on the defensive side of the ball for years, with no run game also on the offense. So now, the Packers are right now we're just fucked, man. We're absolutely fucked. And I don't see the Packers being able to win any games right now the way they're playing. They're just badly coached, and they lack talent and playmakers on both sides of the ball. Nobody stands out. Nobody. Especially on defense. The only guys that playing well on defense is Blake Martinez, who once again was leading in tackles. Clay Matthews is old. He's done. He's not a playmaker anymore. Those guys up front, they're not able to give any type of pressure. Nick Perry got 1 sack, but it didn't mean anything because they still gave up a first down on that drive. Offense, right now, our only playmaker is Aaron Jones. These wide receivers aren't playmakers. Jordy's old. Devontae Adams is not that fast to break away from a lot of coverage. Martellus Bennett can't even catch a damn pass half the time. So sorry for how long this is going on, but I'm just pissed, man. I'm pissed off, angry. I hate watching us playing this badly, man. And we rolled the coattails of Aaron Rodgers for so long, man. And just failed to put a complete team around him. And without him, this team is nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, there were times on defense where guys weren't even able to line up correctly. If you were watching the game, there were times where guys were trying to figure out where they're supposed to line up. Just bad coaching, man. This team needs a big overhaul. A lot of guys just need to be let go, man. This team needs serious rebuilding. That's just my opinion, but that's it. I'm just going on long enough. I'm out of here. Peace.